Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Huts, and I'm here with Accidental Grenade.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
We are going to do a review for Starward Rogue. This is a game that just came out, what was it, about a week ago?
Yeah.
And it's a rogue game, if you can't tell. You could tell that it takes some things from Isaac. I've only played about 10 minutes of it so far, so do forgive me if I'm a complete novice, but we're going to go in, check it out, see how it works, and if you guys like it, go ahead and check that game out. Do you remember how much it is? If it's like, isn't it like 12 bucks on Steam?
I think it's $11.99. Yeah, last I saw. Yep.
All right, so this is, you get, let's see here, 6 files in order to save your games, which, you know, that's plenty, I would think, for a game like this. And completion 2%, I'm such a boss. All right, so we're going to go in here, and we're not going to do the tutorial. It's a pretty quick, dirty, easy tutorial. I don't think you guys are going to miss much here, so.
Right.
Should we be just the standard white gloss character, I guess? Or is there a standard character? I don't know.
I don't know. There's a few different options, so those are kind of interesting. I had fun with the flame tank last night when I was playing. It has, like, you start with a nice flamethrower for your primary weapon, and I didn't even touch the. I think the most advanced one is the bottom right there, the red shift. It says time only moves when you move, so everything is still, but then when you move, all the bullets move. Crazy. I don't know if I would touch that for the video purposes, but
isn't that based off a game called Red Shift?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely pays homage to the game Redshift, but yeah, it's interesting mechanic for sure. I like that they added some stuff like that to the game.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just be the very average, except for having a high health character here. It seems like this one has the least amount of writing to it. All right.
Yeah.
So.
And least likely to die right off the bat, which is good for us.
Well, I'm going to do that anyways, no matter what I do, but.
Okay.
All right. Normal character, normal mode. Let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so essentially, it's a top-down shooter, right? It's like Smash TV. It's like Isaac in some ways. And your left click is your main gun, and that has infinite ammo. You can see here on the side, primary, shots, infinite. You also have your secondary weapon, which costs energy, and you have 100 out of 100 energy here. 5 shots of it, that's my right click. And then we have missiles, which is set to my spacebar currently, and that'll take out things like enemies or barricades and things like that.
Right.
Anything that we need to add on before we start off here?
Well, you have attachments which you can get along the way, which are kind of like passive boosts, and then at the bottom part you have active items. So an interesting thing about the active items, I think right now they're all one-time use only, so they're a lot more powerful than the actives you would find maybe in Isaac or something like that, but I think one of the either devs or someone close to development was in my Twitch stream the other night and said that they're planning a buff for that and planning some items that are perhaps multiple use. So, but yeah, pick those up along the way. We can just get started here.
Yeah. The green, I do believe that's an item room of sorts. Yeah. And this is like, you can break these little crates. Like this just gave me 1 credit and a missile. So just kind of like, you know, standard little, whatever you would have them. I don't know what you call them, storage crates.
Yeah, little like pots from, you know, The Legend of Zelda or something like that.
Exactly. All right, so this is a weapon here. Basic minigun is what I have currently, and this is telling me what it is. And you can see that it has less attack and less speed. I'm assuming that's fire rate. And there's X Factor. Do you understand what X Factor is? I have no idea what that is.
I think that's just kind of like a cheeky, from what I understood so far, it's just kind of like showing that it has like a unique kind of thing going for it. So
maybe it does something that we just don't know about it, like
synergies
or something.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I do think, like Isaac, I think some of the item choices are like demonstrably bad, which I like because, you know, it's kind of a fun part of like a roguelike type game. But yeah, so you have these choices just like you do in Isaac of do you exchange your item for another. I think it happens a lot more often in this game because there's a lot more, like you have 4 like active-ish slots, like your gun, your energy, your missiles. Yep. So you're like debating those exchanges a lot more often.
Right. Do you think I should roll with the less damage but bullet pierces enemies and walls? I think piercing shot could be pretty good.
Yeah, I probably would take that, especially because the pierces is basically like continuum, right? So I was, my chat was joking around because I was just reducing everything to Isaac terms, but that's my frame of reference.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would probably take that.
I walked into this room here, and I have no idea what's going on, but I can
Okay,
pierce walls, so
yes.
I can kind
You
of
can shoot those. Yeah, if you shoot that thing in the middle, I think it can, kind of end the room. The little star, those are teleporters.
Yeah,
and they'll teleport you around to different. Each one will go to different ones. So a lot of these kind of rooms are like little puzzles you have to solve of which teleporter goes where. So you can get. I think you can get to that key card up there, but yeah, you just have to figure out like the sequence basically.
Gotcha. Okay, I like that. That's kind of nice how you have like, challenging puzzle rooms. More difficult than what you would see from your standard. Like Isaac run doesn't really have challenge rooms. It just has like, don't walk into spikes, you idiot.
Yeah, exactly. I will say I got to maybe like the 4th stage of this game, and those do get a little extensive. Like there were like quadruple-sized rooms that have these huge mazes of teleports and spikes and stuff like that in them. It was pretty fun. I like that touch for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so do we get 1 shield per room here? Because it seems like I've noticed that I've been able to take damage, and I flash blue instead of flashing red as though I have taken damage. So maybe we have some sort of shield mechanic.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of a major difference. You can take a lot more damage in this game than something like Isaac, because you can think of it as like your soul hearts, but they come back every room. So your shield replenishes it. Yeah. So you basically have 2 free damage with this loadout at least every single room, and you can get an increase to your shield as one of like the upgrades that you can find in the game and stuff like that. So
gotcha. Okay, so it's like a permanent holy mantle.
Yeah. So this game is a lot more bullet helly than Isaac, but I think it's a lot more forgiving as well because of that like extra shield that you get.
Holy crap! These bullets are.
And this is where the stuff gets real.
God.
You're in. Is this no? This is not a mini boss room, but it's just a regular room. Yeah. So kind of showcasing how the game doesn't mess around right from the start sometimes.
Definitely. All right. So I guess continuing to move would be the smartest thing to do there. Jeez. Yeah. I didn't actually lose that much health, which is surprising. It seemed like
So that's the shield coming into play there, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, I've had that experience several times, so you feel like you're taking a ton of damage, and then you realize you actually didn't lose that much health. The game drops a lot of health. You've got the shield mechanic, which helps out a lot, so you can kind of tank the bullet hell a little bit more than you might initially expect.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just completely cheese the shit out of this, considering I can shoot through walls. I'm not going to fight that mini-boss.
Last night, I had a, not piercing shot, but I picked up an item that was like a sword, right? That swung out every, 5 or 6 seconds, and it had the same mechanic. You could hit through walls. So I would stand on the other side of a wall, wait for an enemy to get close, and just poke them with my sword, basically. Yeah. So there are some cheese tactics for sure.
Which is I'm gonna take advantage of all of those. Okay, leveled up. We have a level up mechanic. Pressing E, we can choose between 3 perks here. Let's see here. So this is kind of like a nuclear throne type thing where you get a few choices. Is it the same every single time though? Because it seems like the last time I got level 2, it was missile pack, hull reinforcement, or brute. Or maybe it's per level. It's set.
I'm not sure if it's set. I think it's maybe from a small subset of choices. I'm not sure if it's totally set. I didn't play enough to really make that call for sure, but I would probably go with the plus 10% damage.
Yeah, definitely. That seems to be what I'm lacking here. Health seems to be pretty okay. I do have a key card. Should we go into, what is this? Press E to spend 1 of 1 key card to unlock the weapons shop. Should I do the weapons shop, or should we keep our weapons since it's pretty good and see if we can find like a health store? Yeah,
maybe just hold off for now. You only have 14 credits, so I don't know if that's enough to purchase anything major. Yeah. In the shops, I think, or in most of them, they also have the opportunity where you can spend, I think it's 5 credits for a certain amount of EXP every time too, and I found that pretty valuable because level ups in this game do buff you quite a bit. Also, here's your deal with the devil. This is one of the elements of the game that I feel like pulls heavily from Isaac inspiration. But here you've got a health cost to trade for these different items, so you can get like a smaller hitbox right there.
Yeah. Okay. I like how it says 5 of 12, right? Because it could just say health cost 5, and you have to be like, where's my health? It's just really easy how it just puts that right out there.
Right.
5 of 12 health to shrink my mech, making me a smaller target. 5 of 12 health to equip a rotating blade for the blade module. That sounds like it could be pretty cool.
That was what I had last night. That's the blade that I was talking about that you can hit through walls.
And then gain energy after killing enemies. That's a cheaper purchase. Should we go for the blade module?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, you already have the shooting through walls. I don't know if it will benefit you that much compared to you can already shoot the enemies. I don't know if any of those I would love a lot.
I could try the battery harvester and then go nuts with my right click.
That's cheap, and you could go a little ham with the right click, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just want to try something out, you know?
Yeah, try it.
All right, so I took that, spent, what was that, 3 of my health?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second, it said 3, yet I had 12, and now I have 7. It said -5 health. Okay, well that maybe is a bug that they might have to work on.
That could be, or else we did something wrong. I don't know. That's
you read that too, right? It said 3.
Yeah, that definitely said 3 of 12 was the cost.
All right, yeah, I want to see what's in this purple room here. Mini boss, Paragon. Okay, so I have to fight this dude anyways.
Yeah, you gotta knuckle up a little bit here. I found myself in those deals going for. I found one that was like every time you kill enemies, they have a chance to drop credits, which allowed me to scale up pretty well because I got rich basically very early and was able to buy whatever I wanted. So that was kind of an advantageous one. Also, you tend to start out with and scale up your health a little bit quicker than something like Isaac, I think. So the stuff like lifesteal or getting, I think I had one that was like every time you pick up health, it's worth twice as much. So that kind of helped me stay alive longer, you know, stuff like that. Because health does drop quite a bit in this game. So every time I was getting 1, I was actually getting 2, or if there was 2 health, I was getting 4, etc.
Yeah, I'm trying my best right now not to draw too many Isaac parallels because I'm like, oh, maybe
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, I purposely avoided the reference. Thanks.
Yeah. Because these developers obviously want to have their own product here.
Right.
These are.
Yeah, I was just about to comment on that. Go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, completely unique, you know, blinking module that can be destroyed with our missiles.
Yeah.
So, what? Okay, so I shot a missile in the corner and it just exploded in my face. I'll have to position
At least they don't damage you.
Man, if I had a nickel.
There you go.
So that was a health shard. There's something to do with health shards, like if you can get so many health shards, you get an extra HP on top of that. I don't know how many health shards that is, though, right?
It's right now I think I don't know if it's the same for every character, but at the top left it's 8 for you. So you have 1 out of 8.
Yep, I got you. Didn't see that before.
Yep.
Very easy. Okay. More blinky blinks, but I can't get in there if I don't shoot more missiles. It's probably worth it, right?
A lot. Yeah, I mean you have some missiles.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to pick up more missiles. I don't really know how common missiles are, so I'll go ahead and just use them up. It seemed like missiles had the ability to block shots, and I don't know if that was the case. They do, okay.
Yeah, no, they definitely do. You can use them kind of strategically if you're in a real tough spot in a boss fight where there's a lot of shots coming in. You can kind of make a hole for yourself with the missiles.
Right. Cool.
So,
okay. 2 key cards for sale for 7 out of my 27. And then there's this 40 of 27. I cannot afford the durable cells. Increase my max energy by 40. That seems like it'd be pretty epic since I only have 100. But should we go pick up an E and then or pick up a card and go to the weapon shop just to see what's in there?
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. So you'll have 20 credits, which seems like you might have enough to buy something. Or yeah, this is what I was talking about, where you can spend credits to purchase experience points and try to level up as well. 40
EXP for 5 credits. That seems pretty cheap. It seems like 40 would set me to level 3 there, since I'm 155 and almost there.
Yeah, early on, I think that's really valuable. As you get to higher levels, as you might expect, it takes more points to go up to the next level, I believe. So it becomes harder kind of to purchase your way there, I think.
Definitely. Okay, I got you. All right, so I'm going to make my way back down there to that weapons shop and see what we can buy.
So one thing I really like about this game, one thing that's cool is a lot of times when you start a floor, I don't know if it's every time, but you can find little sort of like mini games that you need to do throughout the floor. So when we were looking at those loot crates, I had one where it was like, if you unlock all the loot crates on this floor, like blow them up with your missiles and get what's inside, then you'll get 27 credits, 3 key cards, and a bunch of health or something like that, or 2 health up. So there's little kind of like secondary goals, like a secondary mission that you can have on levels, which is cool.
Yeah, I saw one that said if you take every single item inside the sacrifice room, that you'll get like 40 credits and something like that. So,
oh wow, that's a ballsy risk there to take. You'd be sacrificing all of your health probably.
Yeah, if they were all 5 each, I'd be dead. All right,
I like Hot Rod. That sounds awesome. I mean, I don't know if it'll be that effective, but it sounds badass.
Leave a trail of fire. I can't afford it though. Is the only problem here. Reduce energy cost by 20%. That seems like it could be pretty cool, but that's, once again, too much money. And there's another combat shield. Do I take my cannon off and replace it with a combat shield? Interesting. So I probably wouldn't have a right-click gun then. I would just have this combat shield to block things.
Right. Minor damage blocks bullets very well. 25 energy per second.
Oh, so I probably have to right-click to hold it out. And
yeah, you hold it out.
Yeah,
it still could be effective. I don't know.
25 per second seems pretty pricey.
Yeah, that's true. I'm really bad at using. I found myself going for passive upgrades all the time because I would just totally neglect my energy weapon all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive to use it because it didn't seem like it was all that effective. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and purchase some experience points here.
Yeah, seems valuable. I always suffer from like too good to use syndrome with stuff like energy weapons. Like I just hold on to it and think like, oh no, I don't need it quite yet, and then I end up like dying with full energy.
Right. Where should we head off to next? I think there's a spot like up here and to the left. I don't know if this is.
That's a robot shop.
Robot shop.
I had a couple of these in one of my runs. These are familiars that you can purchase. So. Okay.
I just want to just go in here. I obviously can't afford any of them, but
but still cool to see.
Fills things with corrosive poison. Corrosive drone. Interesting. Tag team drone fires attacks in your direction that do not hurt you. Get enemies in between you, so that's kind of like the opposite effect. Probably like an able.
Yeah, it's like an able.
Making more parallels.
And I had the option to buy that one, but I didn't, so I don't know what makes light shows.
Makes light shows.
I thought it sounded lame, so I didn't purchase it. Maybe it is like a kind of like a joke item, and you pick it up once, and it just makes light, or maybe they actually damage enemies. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems interesting. So the whole thing with the EXP, it's 115 left until I am to the next level, and I thought it meant I'm at I was at
I didn't realize that either.
So yeah, the 50 that I bought really wasn't that much at all.
Right, sure. Alright, back to some combat here.
Let's do it. Okay, so there's these arrows, meaning I can't walk across it oppositely.
Yep. Yeah.
Holy crap. And I can't shoot through it. Okay. That's very interesting.
So you have to kind of like, some of these levels you have to navigate in like a certain syntax. You have to go a certain direction.
Right.
And they force you through some of these like spread turrets and things like that.
So am I getting hurt here?
Yep.
Just getting hurt by something.
Those yellow bullets will get you. I think maybe one of them tagged you, but
maybe try to use my right click button. There we go. Got him.
There you go. Got him. Nice.
And then these auto turrets, you can't kill them, but they do turn off when everybody's dead.
Yep.
Okay, I think maybe these little asteroids were floating around hurting me. I didn't actually see those.
Oh, they could have, yeah. I don't know if those tag you or not.
Yeah. All right, free money and health. I like that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's my favorite room.
Up to basically full health here. You got your shields back, of course.
And there's our boss.
Yep.
Wanted to at least make it to the boss before I died. Okay, so this thing doesn't blow up.
For the video's sake. I think you might have to use missiles to blow that up. I've blown one of those up. I don't remember if the payout was amazing or not. They're definitely designed to be blown up, I believe, though.
Gotcha. Is there anything that I can cheese from here to shut off those hands?
Right, yeah.
Alright, those things don't die.
Those like floating landmines don't die, so your goal here is to find whatever ship is still remaining on this room, which is seems like it's going to be tough.
Yep. All right. That's gonna be difficult to squeeze.
Maybe
in
go
there
over
with
to
all
the
those
left
bullets.
and see if you can shoot down.
Where
are they? How are you gonna get? I don't know. This room seems. I'm glad it's you and not me. I'll say that.
There's no way that I'm getting tossed here because these blocks come back.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Oh, there it goes.
There's no way I was gonna make it
right before the boss.
Yeah, so some rebalancing could definitely, help this game out a bit. I think because a room like that on the first floor, maybe I could have skipped it. Was the door locked? I didn't really check.
I I think it was still locked, but I'm not sure. I think if it was unlocked, normally the turrets would have deactivated, but I'm not 100% sure.
All right, we're going to do another run here, and I am going to try the flame tank out, which says enormous missile capacity, double shields, and a flamethrower for primary weapon. That sounds like that could be, you know, your starting character to kind of limp you through the first floor here, because double shield and mega missile capacity seems like that'd be very helpful. All right, we got our first item room here. Are these? No, that's missile. Only missiles can destroy that. I do see a blinking one over there. Is that worth going for, you think?
I don't know. This early, I might not. Maybe save it for ones that have like credits and health behind them or something like that for now.
Okay. Taking damage will phase you. I don't know what that means, but it seems to be a passive item, so phase me, maybe it like slows down time or something like that.
Yeah, or you maybe like teleport or something. I don't know. Weird. So a couple different interpretations of the word phase.
Yeah. This is actually a pretty long distance flamethrower here.
Like it's pretty effective. I had a lot of fun with. I think the flame tank was the character or ship mech, I guess, that I got the furthest with.
Yeah, it seems to be
got
pretty
to
good.
level 4, I think.
Imperial tab, buy one item for free. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so that's a consumable. I don't know. I was using controller and kind of adjusted my key binding, so I don't know what key that is for you, but it's the one-time use item, and if you use it in like a shop, you get the item for free.
Gotcha. Is there a reason to blow that thing up? Seems like that could maybe be special.
I have no idea what that is. I would probably do it because I'm a curious person.
It's nothing. Nope, it is something. Imperial tab,
it is.
Miniature black hole. Pulls everything in and deals light damage to enemies. All right, maybe I could just go ahead and pop this in the next floor then, and then come back to the tab. Let's say you don't know what button it would be then to use that item?
I don't know, but it is customizable. You can check in the options if you want to real quick to see what your it'll be used consumable under your view and edit controls right there. At the So for you it's F, it looks like.
F. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's give it a whirl here on the next level that's got some enemies in it. Maybe not this one though.
Yeah. If we can make it to a boss fight, I would imagine it would be good if the boss produces a lot of ads, which I think, in my experience, all of them do so far.
Oh, Jesus.
The game doesn't skimp on the ads and the bullet hell for sure.
All right.
As you can see right here. So blue is safe, red is danger.
Gotcha.
So you can go through when it's blue or when it's not there, obviously.
Yeah, and I don't want to walk on those shards.
Right, so they make it a little tricky.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I'm jumping the gun here, panicking.
So there's a little capsule down there on your left. Oh no, but you got to go through spikes to get to that. Yeah. The that has an item inside, but you'd have to like sacrifice some health to get it. It's like,
oh, damn. Maybe I shouldn't have came this way. Oh my gosh!
Oh, rip!
Oh, this is difficult.
That's all right. Just fire up another one. That one doesn't count.
All right, that one never happens. Right. Mini boss room already. I can handle this. We can do this. I've got it.
Yeah, you got the flamethrower. You're already about halfway through Paragon's health here.
It seems like they are very good at tracking your movements.
Yeah, they definitely have good AI in terms of the player awareness on the enemy's behalf, which is both good and horrifying.
Yeah. It's kind of a shame I wasn't able to use the black hole, but...
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So
all right, next time.
Yeah, sorry, what?
Next time you get a consumable health, you have to use it right away, because I can't trust you not to die.
Yeah, immediately. There are some enemies that have the ability to like shoot bullets away from their body, so you can't always just track the bullet back to the source, it seems like.
Yeah. So something I struggled with in this game a little bit was differentiating enemies from each other, and we talked about that before recording just a little bit, but I think the game could stand to have a little more personality between enemy types. In something like Nuclear Throne or Isaac, it's very easy to tell characters apart from each other. You can tell a spider from a skeleton very easily at a glance, whereas telling this silver ship with blue fins apart from the black ship with green fins is very difficult for me, at least.
Definitely.
But
I think they were trying to go for detail heavy,
Yeah, yeah.
And with that, you just kind of lose some of that personality, like that, like, oh, I know exactly what that thing is. That's the big, you know, blah. Or maybe like having specific names to them could help. Because it just kind of seems like everything kind of flows into one, and you can kind of basically go through a room, kill 20 enemies, and you really don't know what really happened.
Yeah, having a bestiary or like a you were killed by this enemy would go a long way in that regard, I think, because then you would remember maybe the name and the look of the enemy if it kind of summarized it at the end. But it's not horrible because, like I said, the game does allow you're tankier in this game, so a lot of times you're going to have more time to identify enemies and can tank a little bit of damage like through your shields if necessary while you identify them. Yeah. But if you're on the cusp of death, like you only have 1 HP or something like that, it could make the difference and can be a little frustrating, I think.
Yeah. Let's see here. Do they have names? It seems like, yeah, Green Pearl.
Yeah.
Okay, so the names they do pop up when you're shooting at it.
Right. I, for one, have a very difficult time noticing those names while I'm trying to dodge the bullets and kill them. But yeah, but they are there. Like I said, I think it would be cool if it kind of more emphasized what killed you and things like that, just to drive that home, maybe reinforce the memory a little bit there.
Definitely. Here is a locked container. I'm going to go ahead and use my key card to open that up because I don't know what a locked container might have. I bought this mysterious circuit. It says function currently unknown. Should I just use it?
So yeah, I believe this is kind of like, to make another obvious Isaac reference, kind of like experimental treatment. So it'll give you a random stat, either decrease or increase, I think.
Huh.
So
for 10 seconds, ricochet.
Yeah, that's not going to benefit us too much right now, but
it could have been helpful. These homing nanites will disable an enemy and heal you. Interesting. Okay, so we could use that if we're about to die.
Yeah, if we're close to death, in like a room with a lot of enemies, which is most of them. Seems like a good usage.
Yeah.
Nice money.
It did seem like that was labeled. I got 9 missiles here, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah, so go ahead. Yep.
Nothing. Okay, cool.
The controls do seem pretty tight. I haven't had any problems with the controls or anything. The aiming seems to be pretty spot on. You're using mouse and keyboard, and I used a controller. So I know the controller worked well. Are you experiencing any problems with mouse and keyboard at all, or does it seem to be working pretty well?
No, it's really smooth. It's nice.
Yeah, definitely tight controls from my experience.
Yeah, not too bad. Is this another weapons shop, it seems like? Maybe. This regular shop looks like. 4 missiles, tiny damage boost. I could afford that. 2% damage multiplier for your primary weapon. And +4 energy for my ammo. Okay, let's just go ahead and...
Yeah, I always go for like the passive damage. I don't know if that's correct in this game. That's how I play Isaac, so it's like my my baseline. But yeah, like I said, I tend to neglect, and so far in Starward Rogue, I've totally neglected my energy weapon. So anytime I can get a boost to the primary, I normally just go for that.
Yeah, it seems like I got some sort of shotgun for my right click. I can just shoot that. It kind of has a spread to it. It uses 10 energy of my 20 that I start off with. One of the drawbacks of just having this guy, I think.
Yeah. So energy, I guess, replenishes every room as well? I'm not sure.
Heavily increased move speed during sprints. Increased move speed during... Okay. Experienced drivers only. Alright, holy crap. Yeah, you can hold shift and then that causes you to sprint. And this is perfect for backtracking.
Yeah, if you want to backtrack, I can see that. I don't know if I would trust myself with that on like a boss fight trying to dodge. Whew.
Yeah. I don't trust myself to dodge, just period.
That increased speed seems like maybe a liability in some cases.
Definitely.
But like I said, I like that. I don't think I think in a roguelike game, I like when items are interesting. They don't all have to be good. You know what I mean? When they've got personality or interesting. The like crazy move speed, I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, so that looked like it was an empty container there. It's a mimic.
Right.
And this room, I have... this teleporters.
Teleporters, yeah. I spent maybe like a solid minute on one of those rooms the other, like last night, trying to figure out, I was like, where do I go? And I hadn't noticed the one like teleporter tile in the room.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure out how to solve it.
Right side, boom, we're done. It kind of points you to where the rooms are, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Could get annoying because it's kind of hard to discern that from like an enemy. You know, you could think that's an enemy popping up in your screen, but
right. So something cool about this room, you can actually shoot if you go up to the top left corner. I think one of the like dev people showed me that you can shoot through there. Yeah, and you're I think mostly safe there. If there's enemies in like a corner, like in a box like that, and you have a corner in that fashion, you can kind of cheese it a little bit, which is kind of fun.
But I don't have to actually kill any of them. It seems like.
Yeah.
Get out of this room.
Right.
Oh no, it's another puzzle room. Another trap room.
That's greatest weakness.
Just I don't have the controls down, you know, like the sensitivity of this game, and it's kind of difficult to figure out.
So this one, it looks like those are just persistent beams. So you just had to kill everything, and then they turn off.
Yeah, that wasn't
not
too bad.
so bad. Yeah.
Mysterious circuit again.
Another mysterious circuit.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
Damage yourself, it says.
Damage yourself.
Sabotage circuit.
It didn't seem to do any damage to you, though. I don't know.
I didn't see any. Maybe it felt bad. Okay, so there's a glowy thing on the end of that laser. Seems like that could maybe, you know, give me a shard. There
Health shard, 3 of 8.
Nice, nice. Boss time.
Boss fight. We made it. Bureau Mark 1. I don't think I have fought this one. I fought on this room layout before, but I've not fought this boss yet.
I used both of my shotgun shells.
You've got 8 missiles too if you need to use them. If you're getting crouched in by shots or want to just do some quick damage.
Seems like we have a level 2 here going on. So
yeah. So most bosses that I've seen have a couple of phases at least.
Yeah.
I fought one boss which was an obvious homage, was called Invader, and the beginning was just like Space Invaders with like enemies being sent out in like sequential lines, like going back and forth. It was pretty fun. It was a cool little homage.
Critical hit chance up by 10%. That's what the boss item was. So they do drop an item, seems like, every single time you kill them.
Yep.
Fencing needle. As that'll replace my shotgun blast. Long range stabbing weapon. 15 energy per second. Well, I gotta try it, right?
Yeah. Try it on this next room, maybe. See what happens. I want to see what. Well, are there any enemies in this room? Doesn't look like it.
I don't think so. This looks like I just gotta.
So you gotta figure out the puzzle. Yeah. I think I had this exact one. Yeah. So you just have to kind of like stay out of the reach of the turret and get up to get those credits up there. So those, I like these boxes that you shoot and then they come back. They're interesting. So they don't damage you, but they will kind of trap you in at a crucial moment sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely can't afford any of these. I just want to see what they do. Gain credits.
508 health, yeah, it's pricey.
Credits for killing enemies. It seems like it could be super useful. Gain health after killing enemies. That seems like it could be super useful as well.
So I think I might have been in this same situation, and it ended up going well for me, but you don't have to do it. But I took the gain credits one early without much health, and that kind of allowed me to, in the future, buy a bunch of health upgrades. But it's quite a risk this early. Yeah. So it's one of those, like, you know, put yourself into a risky situation real early and hope it pays off because it helps you to get rich throughout the course of the run.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, once you get better at the game, I think you would start taking those risks more and more the way you do in other games as well.
Definitely. Okay, here's a funny mechanic. I'm thinking, like, how do I dodge all these enemies? They stop shooting when I stop shooting. So if I shoot, they shoot. Okay. So I'm sitting here like, damn, how am I gonna get that item in there?
Yeah, I had the same experience in a similar room. Yeah.
It's not an item, it's an enemy.
There's definitely some like lovingly crafted kind of room situations where you figure them out, and I do appreciate some of the level design that's gone into this game for sure.
Yeah, it's cool. Yo, come here. Come to a safe spot. Oh god, he sees me. Please tell me you don't shoot through walls.
You could maybe blow through the barrels there.
Yeah, I could do that.
To have like a better angle.
Right.
Oh goodness.
Oh, they do spin. Okay.
I'm not lost one shield. You're not so bad.
Let me use my long-range stabby needle thing.
Oh yeah, try that.
Oh, okay. It looks like he blocked it or something.
Worked so well. I think it just died on his shot or something. Maybe metal grinder. There are, I just noticed and reminded me to point it out too, there are critical hits, and there's a critical hit chance for your weapons as well.
Gotcha.
Which is an interesting thing. So that's something you can get a stat buff to, but there's like an assigned critical percentage that you start with, and it can go up as you level up your character.
Gotcha. All right, so made it through. Cool.
Got a bunch of consumables in the top left of that room.
Oh,
Right
yeah,
there.
these crates. I got you.
Yeah.
Definitely should take advantage of those. Receive double healing from health gains, 5% chance to regain 1 health on kills, and you have 5% chance to avoid taking damage when hit. Maybe double health?
Yeah, either one, either that or the
5% chance,
bloodlust seems pretty good too.
That does.
Yeah.
5% seems pretty decent. That's like, what, 120?
Right, and especially with the volume of enemies in this game, I would think I could justify that probably.
All right, what's the deal with this guy?
I fought this guy, so you kind of have to shoot. You have to stay kind of in front of him when you can, because you have to shoot down his little corridor that he makes with his beams.
Gotcha.
So you kind of just do what you're doing, circle strafe around and pause every now and then, but don't stand still for too long, because he's going to shoot his weird little
Whoa.
claw at you there, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like pincer claw, reaper.
Yeah, my speed's really coming in handy here. The sprint mechanic, I think, adds a lot to it.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Actually, yes, that seems to be helping your dodging a lot. Oh, I was just going to make a Captain Shepard joke because it's a reaper Mass Effect joke.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
that's all right. Stepped all over my punchline. It's worth noting there is like as we were prepping for the video here, I looked at there's like a statistics screen. So it seems like there's a lot of stuff going into this game. There's a statistics screen at the beginning of the game that you can open up, and it has stats for like every enemy, how many times you've killed them, how many times they've killed you. So it's it could stand to be a little more visual. It's like a huge like text block right now, but the fact that they have the kind of API or the system to gather that information is pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, the more I play this, the more it just starts to feel like fluid and just kind of like I feel like I know what's going on more and more, because when I started playing it, I just died and died and died. And it was just like, all right, so you're maxed out by 2, 5 keys. That could be pretty good.
Not bad.
Because I never have like any keys. Let's do that since I can't even get into the item rooms right now.
Yeah, you've got 40 credits, so you could purchase something perhaps a little nice.
Yeah, I clicked on it. I said 5 keys, and I have 0 keys right now.
They've kind of emphasized that they offer total mod support from the very beginning, so it'll be interesting to see if the like you know, small passionate community develops some cool stuff to add on to this game. So that would be pretty cool.
A consumable shop that maybe doesn't sound very helpful right now.
Did we not take 5 keys?
I did, and I said that. Like when I clicked on it, I didn't actually get the 5 keys, so I'm not exactly sure if that's. It's got to be right.
Yeah.
And it's not like there was some sort of unlock condition or something.
Yeah. So I haven't run into very many like mechanics, like gameplay bugs, but it seems like maybe there's a couple of like item pickup bugs or something like that we've run into over the course of the video here. Nothing horrible, but
I'm sure it'll be hashed out, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. We could do this room.
Or
should I just not?
I don't know.
That's the only place left to go besides the boss. Should I just fight the boss?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Crystal Mother. I'm gonna go ahead and use the nanite thing, I think. Just to see what it does.
Yeah.
Okay, I shot it, and I don't see anything happening other than that. So maybe it's gonna continue to work. I don't know. Maybe it was an instantaneous thing, and I got health back instantaneously, but you know I didn't need it.
Yeah, sure. Or maybe like something like that where it says disables an enemy. Like I said, it disables an enemy and heals you. Maybe it doesn't work against a boss.
That could be.
Could be. I don't know.
It seems like you'd want to save those for the bosses specifically.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like this fight's going pretty well, though. It's shredding Crystal Mother's health.
Yeah. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, Mom. It's the mom fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Level up already. Okay, so don't take the one that has to do with consumables.
That's one thing. I don't think it indicates very clearly what type of item you're picking up. You can kind of glean it from like if it says it has an energy requirement or something like that. I might be missing a symbol as well, but from what I could tell, it's kind of hard to tell whether what I'm looking at is a primary change or an attachment or a consumable.
Definitely. Yeah, making
so
it
if they had
way more obvious.
Yeah, a little bit more of a graphical indication. Oh, so this is what I was talking about. This is one of the little mini games. So buy 4 items before leaving this floor for a bonus.
Sure, I've got plenty of cash.
It's always tough judging like a game like that heavily relies on RNG too from playing it for a short time. Like I had a run last night where I was really frustrated because I had like no key cards. But that happens sometimes in Isaac, and you can't judge like the whole game of Isaac based on one run like that. You know what I mean? If you just played one run in Isaac and had horrible RNG, you'd be like, "Oh, this game is horrible. This is so stupid." But so it takes a little bit more of a long time. Games like this have kind of a long tail for you to be able to judge thoroughly, I think.
Definitely.
The enemies all kind of look a little bit the same, and your time to kill enemies is pretty quick. So identifying enemies is like, you know, you're too busy fighting them to really tell which enemies they are, kind of.
Right, yeah. And that's what I was saying, like when you go through a room and you kill 20 enemies, it's like sometimes you're like, I don't even really understand what just happened there.
Right,
like that guy, I had to shoot him in the butt, but I could have easily just circled around him and killed him without really realizing that was the mechanic and filing that knowledge away for later. Right. Okay, so is this an attachment, or is this...
So that is a consumable. This is what I was talking about. It's kind of difficult to tell, but I guess maybe it's because that's if it has those little tabs. See how it has the little blue tabs at the top left and bottom right?
Yep.
So does the like bottom left consumable slot. Maybe that's kind of the signage to be able to tell, but I think it could be clearer.
I think that having such large enemy diversity it could be a good thing, but in this case, it's just almost overwhelming.
Yeah.
And there's just that personality piece that we were talking about, that uniqueness, you know, it's
yeah.
You had like, even if it was just like 10 different types of enemies, you know, and each one had its own unique thing that was very, you could tell exactly, you know, like, oh, that's the blah 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 guy.
Right.
And this one, it's just, I'm having a hard time.
Yeah,
everything looks so similar, and you know.
I think the good games in this vein kind of restrict the enemies pretty heavily by floor. So, like in Nuclear Throne or Isaac, for example, on like the first level, there's only a few types of enemies that you run into. So you learn to categorize them very quickly. Whereas this, oh wow, that escalated quickly.
I had no chance.
Yeah, shots are coming curving from every direction there. So I like that they give you this little summary at the end here. But this is what I was talking about. I'd like if this was a little more graphical and kind of like showed you the picture of the ship that killed you and things like that, and was a little more pleasing to the eye, I guess. But it's cool. Like I said, they have the information as like a baseline, and with modding and updates, I'm sure they can improve it from there. I haven't run into, I think I've unlocked stuff, because you're at overall completion 14%. I got to 20%, I think, over the few hours that I played. But it never really overtly indicated what I had unlocked. So that would be something I would appreciate too, because it always, you know, it feels good when those pop-ups come on in games that say, hey, you unlocked this, like congratulations or whatever, and kind of reinforces, gives you that little dopamine payoff to make you want to keep playing.
I would definitely say that something that is missing is just that like visceral satisfaction of just slapping you with like, you've unlocked this, congrats, awesome, or like, you know, there's this weapon and it looks really cool, and it's not just like, that's a, you know, it's got some lines in there, I don't know if that's a boss, I don't know if that's a weapon, I don't know if that's an enemy, I don't know if that's a crate, like just kind of everything kind of mushes together. There's no definite, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but
yeah, I mean, it could do with a little more kind of like personality and positive reinforcement, I think. Yeah,
something to just kind of break up the monotony of just walk, shoot, pick up, walk, shoot, you know, something to say, you know, maybe it's even like an achievement that pops up, or something that, you know, you have to, even if it's something you have to click away from, it's not that big of a deal. But
yeah, but I think I do think the base of the game is great, and they can improve on it from here. If I was a modder, like a talented modder, I think they've got a really nice like set of ingredients for a modder to work with. It seems like to me, like there's a lot of cool stuff already going on in this game, and it could be dressed up or updated in some cool ways.
I wonder if something kind of almost like an RPG inventory screen would be a little bit more helpful. I know that some rogue-like games will do that, where you pull up a different screen, you say, I'm going to equip this here, you know.
Right, yeah, like the body of your mech shows, and then there's slots for the...
Exactly.
You know, the consumable, the attachment, yeah.
Right, and then you have all attachments, you know, have a clear purple boundary around it or something, so you're like, you know exactly where it goes and what it does.
Yeah, some clear, like, kind of signposting, like graphical indications of what's what would go a long way towards my enjoyment of the game for sure.
Yeah, because there's just already so much going on with the game visually that it's kind of hard, like you're saying, to read the small font of the enemy and to pay attention to your health and the shards and everything. There's just a lot crammed in there, very small fonts.
Yeah,
just kind of visually overwhelming, I would say. But
yeah,
overall, it's pretty good. Is it worth $12? I don't know. You know, that's obviously, if 14% seems like that went pretty quick, but who knows if that last 10% is going to be, you know, like other games where the last 10% you really have to grind out and you really have to spend 100 hours in order to get 10% of the game done.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to say. Like you're saying, yeah, like I got 20% done in 3 hours. Does that mean it scales to be 18 hours for 100%? I doubt it. Like, immediately scales like that way. There might be some achievements or unlocks that take just forever to churn through, so it might have more of a long tail. You know, you could see that in a good way or a bad way. Maybe there's a grindy aspect, maybe there's not. We can't really say right now. I don't think. Overall,
the rating on Steam was very positive, and I can see why. I would say that if this is something that you guys are interested in, if you guys like randomly generated gameplay, this does throw a new spin on things, and maybe it's worth checking out. Go ahead and, you know, pick it up.
Yeah, I'd definitely recommend it if you like Nuclear Throne, you like Isaac, and you're looking for something similar, but maybe a little bit more challenging and with like kind of a different design language. I'm having a lot of fun with Starward Rogue. I'm probably going to play it again on stream, I think, coming up, just because my audience seemed to like it as well.
I definitely look forward to how it's going to evolve. I feel like they have a lot of things to work on, and I hope that they do take all these things into account. And if they do, I think this really does have potential.
Yeah, from what I understand, they seem like a pretty cool dev team, so hopefully they'll be able to upgrade the game and see some more success with it.
And opening it up to mods does actually open a door up for people to come in with their own ideas and not only tell them their ideas, but implement their ideas. Kind of like, you know, early Binding of Isaac, how Spider, you know, started making some mods for this, and the actual dev team pulled them in. They said, you're going to work for us, and you're going to make some of this stuff for us. So that
and that got embraced by YouTubers and a lot of the player base, and definitely, I think, helped contribute to the success of Vanilla Isaac for sure.
Definitely. And I think that's going to be widely dictated by its initial reaction. So, all right, cool. Do you have anything more to add?
I don't think so. That's about it. I think we've covered a lot of the bases. Oh, I guess one thing we didn't really talk about was the music. I thought the music was pretty good. There's some cool kind of bumping tracks. I kind of was able to zone out and enjoy the music as I played along in the gameplay.
I think some more separate different sound effects, just change it up a little bit, you know. Like when you pick up an item, maybe it has a different sound effect for an attachment. Maybe it did, but like I'm saying, it was kind of hard to tell that over the music.
Yeah, and similar to the enemies, they kind of blend together. They're all kind of like bullety, lasery sounds, so some different kind of weapon types or different noises for the weapons would be cool. I agree.
Yeah. And maybe just something to just dictate, or just say that, like, yes, I did pick up something, like some flashing, maybe like, you know, just even like those small little particle effects, just that satisfaction of like, yes, I grabbed something new, and yes, you know, something happened, and not just like, wait, did I pick that up? I don't know. Let me check the bottom right corner to see if there's a, you know, kind of almost cryptic message about what I did pick up and what I dropped.
yeah, you need the like the Legend of Zelda animation, or the Super Mario like mushroom sound, you know, those little kind of happy noises. All right, cool. Thank you guys for stopping by to check out this game. Go ahead and check it out on Steam if you guys are interested. Like I said, it's $11.99 US dollars. That's all I got. Yeah, that's Starward Rogue. Thanks everybody. Yep, thanks guys. See ya.